Hello, my dear Sagittarius. I am so happy to be here with you today and to be sharing this beautiful reading for you on the 21st of December 2020. What a huge day this is. It is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We have a conjunct with Jupiter and Saturn creating this beautiful, supportive space for growth. More and more of this shaking up energy that is finally becoming this new age of this dawn. And we are really going to be focusing here on the new year and visions and, moving forward with this sense of peace and grace. So let's go through the reading. We're first going to go through the transition of the reading, how it's laid out. This is derived from a medicine wheel spread here from Jamie Sams in this deck right here, which is Sacred Path cards, and that is this orange deck here. So we begin with the past, your mindset, the messages from the spirit realm, and your forward movement over here. We go in this direction. I do apologize. I think that the camera is flipped. So to me, it's clockwise, but I will see if I can replace that and have it mirrored. So let's start with the center of your reading. We have communication. As I mentioned, we're doing a vision quest. This is all about higher sources, higher knowing, one consciousness, a Christ consciousness, if you will, this Star of Bethlehem that we're seeing with the conjunct of Jupiter and Saturn. It's going to be very loud. It's going to be very beneficial. It's going to be such an awakening experience for so many of us, but we do get a choice. We get to choose between the 3D and the 4D and the 5D and where we're going to really see this transit in our lives. So communication there, communication with the spirit realm, with that astral plane, with that Akashic plane. In the past, wow, oh my goodness, this is one of the most powerful cards I've ever had. And there's just such a feeling to it. And I apologize if you hear anything upstairs. I do have my daughter's home. So if you hear creaking, it is just my old home. Pay no mind. So this whirling rainbow, you see it resembles a little bit of a swastika. And they made it a swirling rainbow when the Nazis had their issues in history. So it's been moved around. But this beautiful 4 directions is where this is based, and this unity of everything being in perfect oneness and that achievement. So this is really this enlightenment card from the Native American theologies, and there is a prophecy of the whirling rainbow prophecy, which is this new age. And as I mentioned, we're going to be focused here. 2021 is the dawn of the new age. 2020 is the end of a huge 2,000-year cycle. And this age of Aquarius is focused on air, focused on enlightenment and communication and higher knowing. And it's seen here with this card, which says, don't give up. Understand your uniqueness has this perfect piece. You are the perfect piece of the puzzle to merge with the universe, to become one with the community around you, with this enlightened period that the world is moving into. You have a place in this transition, and it is massively impactful. Don't second guess that impact. Your cognitive understanding is about nurturing. You are going within, and many of us have been. 2020 has been that year where we go within and we think of the blood, sweat, and tears that have got us this far. And you must look at it with a positive outlook that says, I am doing the best that I can. The coral is known to be the blood of the earth. And what we do is we make these beautiful necklaces here and we wear it and we internalize it. And we use this medicine wheel, this 4 directions, which is coming through for you very, very profoundly. And it reminds us of the water. And Sagittarius, you are a fire sign. So this is not your strong suit, right? This has been something that feels a little against the grain, to just go deep within and to sit with yourself and to not be in action, right? This is not very action step oriented. This is about going within and deepening your connection to source and communicating that upwards. And it feels a little against the grain. So moving upwards here. Oh my goodness. Vision quest. Look at this. You just can't make this up. 2 different decks having the exact same message, the exact same illustration. We have faces in the smoke or in the sky. We have this arms upstretched. We have the element of fire here, one from the chest, one coming from this center cauldron, this altar. It's beautiful, it's stunning. Both messages are the same, which is open those arms outstretched. Start really focusing on the aspect of prayer. What does that mean? What do we do when we're communicating, with that higher source? What is the action step that is that communication, that connection with our higher self, our higher sources, our spirit guides? And here in the action step, wow, you're really letting go. There are things to drop, just like, what is that in Tarzan? They say, plop like a baby giraffe, kerplop, in Tarzan. This is quite a serious card, and I don't want to downplay the transformation that's happening with you. But this is a massive letting go. This is about leaving things in 2020 that just need to die. They just need to be over, right? And a shaman is most often misinterpreted because people say, I'm just going to do a shamanic journey. But shamans have to be people who have experienced death. And a lot of us have near-death experiences, right? That feeling of being bogged down or depressed to the point where our soul death is this trigger for transformation. So it counts, right? You may be focused on that shamanic energy, that shamanic drumbeat, that shamanic meditation, maybe. This is where you're headed. This is a huge transformation, moving out of something and into something new. Now we're going to move into the Lenormand, which is in a straight line, read like a sentence. We have the lilies, good fortune, a choice, upside down, the book, upside down, the home, reversed, and the clouds. Okay, as I mentioned, you're moving out of one thing and into another. So here with the clouds are lifting, it's getting brighter. So a repeat message here. Then we have the home, structure, safety, security, the book, education, focusing higher, communication, a choice, quite obvious. Something is weighing very heavy on you. But the lilies are all about good fortune, right? So we're moving into something greater, something bigger, and it has to do with your education, your home life, and this choice. Where do I go? Where am I being guided? So this may be what you're focusing on during this reading, during your 2021 focus and manifestation and vision. But this prophecy here, I can't tell you how powerful this is. And this is backing you. This is at the base grounding you in this reading. And the prophecy says that the 3rd generation of the white settlers would wear beads in their hair and colors on their skin, and they would change the mind of their white chiefs, and they would make the world green again with their choices. They would focus on higher learning. They would focus on the shamanic journeys. And what you study is in this communication, these vision quests. And, these here, this combination, it's so profound. It's so beautiful. It's so exciting to me. And it reminds me so much of the Akashic realm, the Akashic records, where your soul contracts live. Your spirit guides are all there. The other world, the beyond the veil, that nirvana. That's where you're headed. You're looking to move through, to push that veil open and to see what's on that other side. This isn't to say that you're going to experience death soon. It's not. It's really not. It's saying you can pass that veil and come back to your safe home. It's like Lao Tzu says, before opening any doors, you can see the whole world. Because you have the ability to do this, to move through, to see those spirit guides, to open that third eye, to travel through the crown chakra, to utilize that kundalini energy, whatever it is. We have oracle cards, then we have crystal grids, we have literally altars, we have literally fire from the, I wanted to say bosom, but that's a little bit of a silly word, but that heart chakra being open and connecting. It's something that's going to be drawing you forward, Sagittarius. So let's move into what it is that's ready to be released. What is it that you are dropping? What is it that is going to be obsolete for you that you are leaving in 2020? You're detoxing. Okay. Cleanse and restore yourself. So what are you releasing? More release. So let's get a clarifying card for what it is that Sagittarius is releasing in 2020. Yes, it's important to release, but what is it? Solitude. I think you may be judging your need for solitude. You may be saying, I don't want to go out. I don't want to fight crowds. I don't want to be in the mode of celebration. I don't want to, feel this need to move forward. I just want to be. And the universe is saying, embrace that. It's a good thing that you just want to be alone, but you're never lonely because you have this veil. And how stunning is that we have the veil here? And goodness, I have another card here standing straight up, so it's calling me. We have this divine mirror. It's a little bit dark, we have this dark shadow self inside, but that's that shaman energy, right? That shadow work, that night of the soul. And you're touching it, you're making ripples in it. And it's painful, and it sucks, and it's hard. But it says here, become a loving mirror. Because the more that you do this for yourself, the more you embrace that feeling of, it's not loneliness, it's not regression, it's not depression even. It's something deeper. It's something more positive. And it reminds you where you came from, where you're going, this positive outlook on the new beginning that is here for us all. So let's move forward to your spirit message regarding your goals. This nurturing that again feels very, it feels a little bit without, it feels a little bit outside of you. And it says to focus on your joy. What is it that would make you feel so delighted? Right? Again, focusing on goals. What goal is it that we're focusing on? And we have one that fell out. And it's an opportunity. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love that color of the purple and the indigo because it is that third eye. And it is that crown chakra opening up. And then we have the moon, which is about intuition, seeing 360 degrees, seeing from that heightened perspective, really being in that astral plane, that Akashic plane, being where our spirit guides are, communicating with those spirit guides. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. How similar they all are. The absolute most prevalent message here is to go beyond the veil and to see beyond just the physical. It's very, very key here. And now we're going to see what we can move forward into. What action steps can we be taking to have our optimal outcome? And we have lead with humor. We have this sort of dancing fairy here. Laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, and let nothing steal your happiness. Very cute, cutesy-wootsy, but very prevalent as well. We have the white dove here, we have this fairy creature, and there is just so much happiness here. So a repeat in this delight. There's no accidents that these two came out together. And I suppose since we've pulled 2 cards for each of the positions, we'll pull another one because I'm called. And look, 2 of them are straight up. We have the dance, a repeat message here. The same cutesy-wootsy dancing, going with the flow. It says, find your heart's rhythm, step lightly and swing with the melody, close your eyes and let joy lead the way. Wow. That humor, that joy, that dance, it all goes together. And at the same time, it says to remember your courage and your strength. It says you can endure, you have courage, find your center and spiral into your pattern, or into your power. I guess the pattern came out and it has a place to be too. But patterns, habits, rituals, they can be so impactful. We have this rhythm here, the spiral. The spiral comes through here again. The spiral is what we're doing here. And as you go through the spiral, you go deeper. And that's what you're being led to do. And you're being led to focus on that truth, focus on that spirit realm, where you're headed, where you're going. Now let's think here about what it is that's ready to be expressed. Wow, listening. You're going to be really receiving some divine messages here. Wisdom is going to come to you, and it's going to be so powerful. You're going to just know. You're not going to be able to explain it. You're just going to say, okay, wow, oh my goodness. Here's my dog. Here to second that notion. Hi, Tara. What are you doing? Are you saying hi? Storm fields are going to be expressed here soon. Turbulence, uncomfortable feelings, a little bit of that shaman energy, but it is here for a powerful reason, and it's here to help you deepen your connection with Source, to help you to be reminded of the abundance that flows to you. This is just the bottom of the deck here, and we have this magic stream. So this is about rejuvenating yourself, becoming power, empowering you. What does that mean? Is it health and focusing on doing a cleanse, right? We have this stream here, so it's like this movement. Then we have this water bird here. That's all about reflection, because they wade through the water and they look down. They're probably searching for fish, but in all of the cultures around the world, they are self-reflection. In the Native American culture, they are the symbol of the Native American church. Self-reflection, the most important piece of the puzzle. So you're going to be doing that, and we see that here. You're looking within, you're seeing that shadow, those maybe past experiences that sometimes just threaten to shut us down. But you're being reminded to let it flow. It flows through you, and then tomorrow is a new day. It flows through you, and then tomorrow continues on. And it doesn't have to be scary. So now we're going to pull a card, actually a couple, that is the momentum driving you forward. What is it that is propelling Sagittarius forward? 2 cards. Goodness, you all are coming in twos today. The wheel. Wow. How many wheels do we have? We have this one, very profound. This one talked about spirals. The shaman talks about going deeper. Communication and vision quest talk about going deeper, diving deeper. We have the nurturing here, which is the blood of the world, the planet, this earth mother energy, diving deeper. And now the wheel, a 10, an ending of a cycle. So fitting for a being, this beautiful conjunct. Give me just a moment, I'm going to let my dog outside. She is scratching at the door. Okay, my apologies. So, the wheel, very prevalent here, which says there's a lot of deep learning that you're going to continue to do, specifically with the element of earth and water. We have the Taurus here, we have the water bird again, we have this egg down here in the bottom, which is almost like a reflection of the moon, but it also has this fertility aspect to it, right? We have the mothering coral here. So maybe some of you are working on fertility, working on that. But more generally, since this is a general reading, this is about fertile ground, a fertile place to lay roots, to plant seeds. Now let's move into the aspects of you that are going to be coming forward, that you are going to be bringing out within yourself to focus on this time. Wow. Wow. This is you, Sagittarius. And it's a challenge card. This is a 5. We have multiple 5s here. But this is not a bad thing. This is you rising to the occasion and being your truest version of yourself in order to rise up. This here is calling for a new you. This here, and this strength, and this dawn of the new day, this age of Aquarius, this conjunct. you know, it just reminds me so much of this 2012 prophecy, right? Everybody's talking about it, how the Mayan calendar was accurate, but it was us who adopted a new calendar in the 1500s, the Georgian calendar, which then lost us 8 years. So right now is 2012. This is the 2012 awakening. This is us moving into a brand new state of being, a brand new state of awareness. And you're being called to really study into your place in this new beginning. It's going to be fierce. It's going to be awakened and fruitful. And you're going to totally be in awe with yourself. Wow. You're spreading those wings. It's like starting a new job and then having to really dig your heels in to say, this is my place here. And say, I have a say-so in this surroundings. I am going to do this job to the best of my ability. I am prepared and I have worked my resume up to be here. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a new job, but it's that feeling of, I deserve to be here. I have a right to be here. I'm going to stay for the long haul. And I'm going to find my place. That divine puzzle piece keeps coming up again, where it's like, this is you. This is what you are meant for. Now we're going to pull a card that's going to specify how you are going to best connect to your higher sources. Wow. This is called limitation, but it's quite the opposite, right? We have a pool of water in between the folded legs here. This is a Chinese card derived from the I Ching, Lao Tzu. So we have the yin and yang here, more spirals, more of this medicine wheel of the year. It's something that I have used through my entire business model. But this is about self-discipline, practice, self-respect, introspection, rituals, we talked about that a lot, cultivating patience, building up energy and maturity. So it's more containment, right? If we walk around with our third eye open all the time, or our Akashic records open all the time, we are subject to multitudes of information and bombarded with everybody's woes and, you know, everybody's burdens. They tend to come and unload. And maybe they do, and maybe you're here to help. But you have to have limits to what you take on, because carrying the weight of the world can be quite heavy. I mean, look at the similarities here with the color schemes and that spiral. This is like an aura coming off of this wise person. This is a wise elder energy, and you are taking this on. And you have this balance here going on between your intuition, your diving deeper, going farther, your self-reflection and making this work all about you and your inner peace and where you are headed. But there's a positivity here, a guarantee that as you focus in this endeavor, that you rise to that occasion. On the bottom of the deck here, we have this spider web. I love the spider web because it's all about creation. Our first alphabet came from the alphabet of the letter A that we find in the spider web. And it says self-restraint, self-sufficiency, careful preparation, resourcefulness, minor impediments, adaptability. So it's to say, you are adapting, you are becoming, you are growing, and it's going to feel very shaky. As Lao Tzu would say, wherever your position on the ladder, no matter if you're going up or you're going down, your position is shaky. Even if you are the creator of this beautiful web and how massive it is, right? Spiders are about that creation because they don't use a resource to make that web. It comes from them. And how beautiful is that they are producing that material? It's incredible. And that's you. You are producing energy. And I love how this fire here is flanking all of this cycle, the nurturing. We have water, we have earth, we have tons of air, and then you come in just like, you know, a freight train coming in and declaring, this is right where I'm meant to be. This is right where I am going to plant my stakes, dig my feet in. And at the bottom of the deck on here, we have this fountain, the Ace of Vessels, which is the water of life, abundance. We have the Swan here, which is about grace. We have the Elk here, which is about stamina. We have a little floating boat here, which is wishes. You know, it could be a message in a bottle. But the water in the tarot is all about emotional overflow. And because we have such an abundance here, this is about focusing on that gratitude, on that abundance, because the more abundance we can focus on, the more abundance we receive. And similarly, we have this one here, another overflow. So maybe expect to be emotional this week. Expect to be in that state of overflow, which might feel, again, a little uncomfortable because you're diving deep, you're unleashing, you're unveiling. And it's a choice. And again, you have the ability to decide how much. You see, this person could be totally and completely drowning in that feeling, that overwhelm, that, introspection. But instead, there's little bites taken. Take as much as you can handle in the moment, focus on it, look at it, declare it. Okay, this was my burden to carry, but now I release it. Release it to Archangel Raphael. Release it to your ancestors. God, source, the universe, the divine. What is your release method? Find that and do it. Get it off of your chest. Right? We have this detox card here. And we have this. I mean, just look at the light, flowy energy that's moving through here. And at the bottom of the deck, light as a feather. Light as a feather. This is you, this fiery fight or flight. And there's power in that. But is that what delights you? Is that what helps you to dance and find humor in where you're headed? Or is that just what makes you strong? And what makes all of this feel worth doing or feel that you are capable of doing it? Instead, come back to that feeling that this age of Aquarius, this nurturing, new, beautiful light energy is going to affect all of us, and it's going to be so blissful. That swan energy, that light as a feather energy at the base of the deck. You have the ability to release energy, to call energy in, and who knows which one of these they are doing. Either they're calling these spirits forward, or maybe they're releasing something from their past. We'll never know. And it's going to change. Every day, something else comes up that's going to be so much more impactful. It's going to be so much more strengthening. It's going to be another cycle, another storm, another war, inward or outward. It feels like that. But you're here because you're meant for it. There's no mistake that you're here to embody this. You are releasing, you are moving out of all of this yuckiness. And we see that here. The clouds are lifting, the sun is coming in, and you get to be that. So how can you be a light for others? How can you help other people transcend? How are you fitting in to this new way of being that's positive, that's light as a feather, that releases this stagnation, self-sabotage, any of those energies that are not fitting, that do not make you feel that you are at peace, that you are on fertile ground, whether you think you can, you think you can't, either way you're right. This is a mindset transcendence. And if you're looking for more assistance on transcending that energy, on researching this prophecy, on how to release energy, how to get into this spiral and really release on a deeper level, check out the description box because I have the Akashic Records course available for you. It's a 6-week course, and you are certified to be a practitioner to teach others. And it is an independent income stream, as you have this security, this understanding that you get to be light as a feather. You can achieve this grace, achieve this communication with the spirit realm in little bits that feel happy and exciting. And you get to go into meditation and let the world just be, and be on a whole nother plane, that 5D plane where the global meditations are happening, where your spirit guides are, and you get to just dance there. And that is what we do in the meditations. We say, okay, just enjoy this space. Just feel how good it feels to just breathe, to just be, and to just relax. And that is what I feel 2021 is calling for. Yes, it's gratitude. Yes, it's keeping a gratitude journal. But it's so much more than that, because there's so much being left behind so that we move out of the fight and we move into the dance. So tons and tons of resources in the description box. I am so happy that you hung out with me today here in this reading. I am hoping you all have a wonderful holiday season. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful